hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video. And y'all, if y'all haven't tuned into part 1 of the video, please do. I recap the baddies looks. Okay. So off to Hollywood Hot Topics, you guys. So it looks as if Wendy and Eddie are being accused of using some aliases in regards to the criminal activity they're being alleged for doing in regards to the robbery. Okay. Now at this point, I feel like they're fishing because the stuff that they're bringing up, this seems like a form of humiliation. In the county that they live in, I feel like they're purposefully being humiliated as if they were some frauds, which if they were, hey, rightfully so. But something about this seems a little bit more personal than criminal because these details that are coming out are just like, are so salacious. Palm Oliver. Pam, Wendy, let me tell y'all, the next season, Wendy's going to be on the Potomac. It's going to be so hard because they're going to get her left and right. Like, imagine her reading somebody, they'd be like, okay, Pam, shut up, Pam. You get what I'm saying? Be quiet, Pam. Where's Mr. Hennessy? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a lot of that. All right. So, some of the new details that are coming out are basically that Wendy and Eddie were making purchases through a bunch of different aliases, and one of them being called Pam, excuse me, Pam Oliver, and the other being Eddie Hennessy. Now, I wonder what was the thought process in going into those aliases. Now, their team, legal team, Wendy's legal team, has come out since this all has been reported and says that all of these aliases that were used was due to deliveries and packages. Since they are public figures, of course, I guess they didn't want to use like their legal name. So they, you know, they resulted to use the stripper names. Because Eddie Hennessy, you know, get down as a go-go dancer. And Pam Oliver, she's a trick. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why they use what they used. So this is coming from Page 6. They said the Baltimore Banner reported Thursday that prosecutors are seeking additional financial records of the couple as they believe they will show a pattern of excess spending and support a motive in their criminal fraud stemming from a reported home burglary. In newly filed court documents obtained by the newspaper, prosecutors allege that the Osefos have approximately 40 credit cards and or debit cards, with some of which believed to be in company names. Let me tell y'all, this year I had to get rid of, I think about good like 6, 7 credit cards. When I tell you credit cards are the devil, I don't care what nobody says. Don't listen to the people say, oh, it's gonna build your credit. You need to have like maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 5. But 4 is to me the max. Anything past that, baby, you're asking for trouble. Because that was me. I wasn't getting 40 now, but I had a good, a good 11. You know what I'm saying? But around that amount, it's still too high because you keep basically every amount of money you make, you end up just paying back that debt. So you're stuck in like a toxic cycle. So I had to pay off half of them up and get rid of them. I'm sorry. It takes your credit when you get rid of credit cards, but long-term wise, it's better not to be stuck in that rut of constantly using that credit card and then having to pay it back. All right. And I know some of y'all may say, oh, you should just keep it and not spend a lot. Well, I don't trust myself that much. So, hey, it is what it is. He said prosecutors also allege that the two have used names Pam Oliver and Eddie Hennessy in a deliberate attempt to mask their identity. Additionally, prosecutors allege that Wendy falsely denied using PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App to pay for jewelry. Who the hell uses PayPal anymore? I've never been a fan of that PayPal. That PayPal has a lot to do with fraud. No shade. Anybody knows that if you're going to do business, PayPal is just not the tea. Because guess what? That refund policy is like non-negotiable. So if you send any money on PayPal and you're sending it to the wrong person or like it's a fraudulent transaction, you're not getting your money back. No shade. So PayPal has just never been it for me. Once I found that out, that was never used. I don't think I ever used that over like 5 years. The state anticipates seeing purchases as well as returns on the financial records. Additionally, the state expects such documentation to show a pattern of excess spending supporting motive in this case. Prosecutors wrote. The state avers that insurance fraud is a financial crime in that the amount of debt owed by the Osefos jointly, individually, and by the businesses that they own is highly relevant to their motive. I get why they're doing this, though. They're trying to show that they're irresponsible people financially. See, that's why I say sometimes you got to get rid of them credit cards, babes. Short term, it may not be the best for your credit, but long term, you're going to thank yourself later because you're not going to have debt to keep constantly paying off, paying off, keep paying off, keep paying off. I'm telling you, it's one of the worst things you could ever do. All right. So I feel like that's why they're doing all of this forensic work in regards to their finances. So that way it could show that there's so much in debt. That's why they needed the money for the insurance from the insurance. So that way they could pay back that debt that they owe from them credit cards. Because 40 credit cards, let's say if their max is maybe 2 to 4,000 each, you're looking at a good amount of money that you're gonna be owing. So if you tie the two together, it could make a lot of sense as to why they needed all that money from that insurance, the home insurance. Defense attorneys for the Cephos, child watch football. God damn it. Now, let's read the statement, you guys. Their team did come out with a legal statement as to why they are not guilty for the matters, okay? They said, at the outset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary despite clear indications of a break-in. Now, Wendy, let me tell y'all something. Wendy, you better have good proof of this break-in. You better have some ski mask, bitch, about 9 miles up the road. Because I'm telling you, like the break-in part, I think you need to give it up, babes. Because this is my humble opinion. I do not think they get broken into. It's no shade. I don't think they got broken into. Their house broken into. Because Wendy is a dramatic person. So if they were really their house broken into, she would be talking about it all season long. The season came back and there was no mention of the break-in. We didn't see the mom praying Holy Ghost fire on the robbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mom would build a shrine and be like, they are not going to rob my daughter again. Okay, I pray Holy Ghost fire on them. I rebuke them in the name of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see none of that. So that to me feels like it never happened. Because if it happened, that would be done. Holy Ghost fire would be prayed on. I don't care what nobody say. This at the outset, police failed to properly investigate the initial burglary, despite clear indications of a break-in, displaying clear bias against the Osefo family. The Osefos heard nothing but silence from the police for over 18 months, despite complete cooperation and requests for updates. It is common knowledge that other Real Housewives cast members have also been victimized after documenting their travel on social media. Now, Wendy, I see where you're going with this. Because if y'all don't know, y'all, 2 other housewives since Wendy have getting their house broken into too. Now, everybody, housewives that get their house broken into, now Wendy is going to make them look a little suspect. Because Kathy Hilton from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Sutton Strack from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, both of their homes were broken into during BravoCon. Now, you would think they'd be smart to have armed guards at the front of their doors because both of them can afford it. So that way, their property doesn't get broken into. Because I heard Sutton lost a lot of purses. Son said, oh my God, they didn't Garcelle. I think you sent one of them over here with your black ass. Oh, because she was dissing Garcelle during BravoCon. Like, they took a lot of her purses, girl. And if y'all watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills like I do, Sutton has some ancient pieces, meaning vintage, meaning expensive. So they're gonna get a good coin whoever robbed her home. You get what I'm saying? So I see what kind of where she's going with this angle. Okay, yet none face this level of scrutiny or criminal charges. We believe it is deeply unjust for the sheriff's office and office of the state's attorney for Carroll County to publicly expose confidential financial information about Eddie and Wendy Osefo. What is most disturbing is that the state appears to have begun investigating only after charging the Osefos, which is a highly irregular approach that raises serious concerns about motives and fairness. The public release of the family's private financial details serves no lawful purpose and only invites conclusory opinions about a case the state is still investigating. The Osefos have never used an alias on any financial application. This allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery of packages. Uber Eats, DoorDash, so you say. Amazon, eBay. Following their lawful purchase to safeguard the is a highly irregular approach that raises concerns about motive and fairness. The public release of the family's private financial details serves no lawful purpose and only invites conclusory opinions about a case the state is obviously still investigating. What's interesting is that they mentioned that they started investigating after the charges were brought upon them, which is kind of weird because you would think that they would have more evidence to before trying to arrest them for charges like that. So I'm here with Wendy when it comes to that. I'm here with Wendy when it comes to that. Now I still don't think they got robbed. Okay, I still don't. But the reason why I'm still with Wendy when it comes to certain points is because if you do your research on the county that they live in, that county is very much red. Okay? Red. They don't want black people that got money that's living in that county. They feel as if you're stealing it. There's no way you could be making all that money to afford living there. There's no way you could be that educated and living in that county. There's no way. So guess what? You're doing fraud. You're stealing. It's a scam. The girls that live in certain places know what it's like. Okay? Even my building. Oh, you go up in there. Are you renting or owning? Bitch, that's none of your business. I live here. I pay. How about that? Just saying, y'all. The Cephals have never used an alias on any financial application. The allegation is false and misleading. Such names were used for the delivery of packages following their lawful purchase to safeguard the identity of public figures. It is ironic for the state to assert or exaggerate the existence of any purposeful debt in connection with this accomplished professional couple. I know that's right. Due process is paramount to the administration of justice, and its breach by misleading the public with a false narrative has only compounded the harm. The defense is confident the court will prevent any further violation of the Cephal's right to fair trial. I pray Holy Ghost fires on those who come against us. I'm playing. They didn't say that. But no, that's what they want to say though. And then they put the legal team. Now, what's interesting, this statement was made by both Eddie and Wendy. So from what I read and saw, is that they're both having their individual legal counsels. So it's interesting how they both came with this statement together. But I'm guessing it's because both of their names are being brought out in the media in regards to Palm Oliver and Eddie Hennessy. You get what I'm saying? I also want to address something. There was that appearance on Watch What Happens Live where Mr. Mr. Talk Show host, not Andy, okay? Not Andy. Kamaro. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. We as white people need to stop doing this. When Andy asked about Wendy's legal trouble, the way that he reacted and got such a key out of it to me was so distasteful. Like, girl, you are on a white man's platform keying about a black couple going down and possibly going to prison away from their children. Like, that to me was a little like, don't get me wrong, you could think that they're guilty. You're allowed to your opinion, but it's certain things you don't do in certain spaces. Those are stuff that we say when we're amongst us. No shade. The girls that get it, get it. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you were at the Breakfast Club and you said something like that, but you're at Watch What Happens Live and you're kinky and like that. Like, that to me was like you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. That rubbed me such the wrong way. You could tell he did the most if Andy was clutching his pearls, and we all know how Andy has his faves. So for him to like clutch his pearls like that, that said a lot, because you were doing a lot, Kamaro. I think if the prosecutors continue down this route, Wendy and Eddie may be able to get away with this in regards to these charges, because if you are showing prejudice and you're showing that it's coming, like the things that are being put out in the media are information that's not supposed to be released, that could then be used against them. So, Wendy, if I were Wendy and Eddie, I would be pretty happy about this because, like I said, it can be used against them because are we legally even supposed to know this stuff? Like the fact that we know that their names before they were even starting trial, aliases that they may have used, isn't that like confidential information until the trial starts at least? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down below. Do you guys think that Wendy and Eddie may have a chance with all these new details coming out? Now, I will say, no, those names, though, are a key. Eddie, Hennessy, okay? All right, so recently, Shelly did Miley Cyrus's mom podcast. She has a podcast, if y'all know, y'all. It's called Sorry, We're Cyrus, okay? And she talks a little bit about the mental health of some of the people in the villa, post villa.
Differing opinions. It's okay to feel how you feel, but understand like what you're saying to people too. Like you don't have to come at people no type of way. Like one thing I hate to see is a lot of people from my season, like, and because we were together, we experienced this, to know afterwards. I've gotten to be in contact with some people to see, how's your mental, how have you been feeling? And they're very defeated, like, because what some people say online is just so horrible. And it's like, obviously,
so bad.
well, actually, I can't even say obviously, like these people won't do these things, because you have people also threatening you. And it's like, should I be taking this lightly or should I take it seriously?
Oh, I know.
We have people who are actually crazy in the world where it's like, I can't question that. So now I'm worried about my safety because you're telling me all of these types of crazy things. So it's like, it's not fair. Especially, I'm like, it's okay to have differing opinions. It's okay.
She clearly talking about one of them being Sierra, okay? The fandom of Love Island should always be stopped. The fact that some of the people of season 7 are even doing Beyond the Villa, props to them. Because after that experience of season 7, I don't know if I were one of them, I would not head back. Because the way the fandom treated that season and the think pieces that were written, we could write 3 novels every day for the rest of 2026 with the amount of commentary that was for season 7. Now, speaking of Shelly, Ace dropped a song called Clock It, featuring Shelly in it.
Yeah, man, I got all this energy. Y'all ain't know I could dance, can act, and can rap. Check me out. I thought the world had to dance. Come take a class. I ain't playing with.
One thing y'all gonna do is take that gay culture and run with it, girl. I ain't even mad at you, okay? Because it's our fault because we let everybody in, okay? It goes, clock it. One thing I will say, though, it is good that Ace has a strong mentality because he could have easily broke, okay? And I'm talking about mentally, not in his pockets, because the amount of money he be getting on TikTok, I don't think he'll ever be broke. But mentally, he could have broke because once again, the fandom's beef so much that he could have really let it get to him and stop doing what he's doing, which is like the music and the dancing and stuff like that. But it seemed like it didn't really put a stop to it, to be honest, because he has continued going. Okay. Now I will say though, one thing I feel like Ace needs to stop doing is acting as if he's unbothered but then coming across bothered. Like I seen a clip where he was just like, Ace is not getting no brand deals. Woo! Like, don't say that. Just shh. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Cause then that shows that you're bothered. Cause why are you bringing up brand deals? You get what I'm saying? Like, that shouldn't even be like don't even bring that up. Like, the best way to act unbothered is to not bring certain things up. If you bring it up, you're kind of bothered. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of are. Reggie. Okay. Now, next I wanted to get into, you guys, is Cynthia and Ariana. So a lot of people have been making a lot of assumptions from how they've been behaving since even the first Wicked movie has come out, because some people think it's some eating going on. Okay. The clip to me that was bothersome was her necklace. There was a red carpet clip where Ariana's necklace was like, it wasn't even messed up from what I saw, but hey, Cynthia was there, I wasn't, so maybe it was coming apart at the seams and we just couldn't see it. But she started to fix it, and Ariana kind of looked visibly like irritated at her fixing the necklace, it seemed pointless. It just seemed like she wanted to touch her for some reason. It was awkward because she was getting interviewed in the midst of it, so she was trying to answer a question. So it was just odd. It was very odd. Now, this is the clip that I'm referring to, you guys.
This press tour, something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because the thing is,
Biggest pinch me moment for each of you on the set? Was it the day you arrived on the set or some special moment that happened during the filming of this for each of you? What was the biggest pinch me?
She looked at the end and said, "Girl, if you don't stop, I know something."
What was the biggest pinch me?
Okay, I see the clip somebody made, right? Somebody was basically saying that they are stuck in the theater mind right now. Okay, from somebody who's done a play, who's done a couple plays actually, I get what they're saying, because when you're doing, this is why I don't do theater. Never. When I tell y'all, if I wasn't doing YouTube as much as I am now, I'd probably be doing like more theater type projects. One, I feel like they don't pay as much. Two, you don't get the footage, which that's the one thing I don't like. The pay is one thing, because like, you feel me, I could hustle and do other things, don't get me wrong, but like, to me, it's the footage. Like, I want to see my work. I want to show other people what I do. You get what I'm saying? That's the one thing I don't like about theater, like, is that you cannot film in a theater at all. Like, it's like frowned upon. It's filming in a theater production, like having your phone out with the light, like they'll dead ass kick you out. Like, you cannot do that. I don't like that. So they are stuck in that theater mindset to where they've been around each other for all these years. That's why, because these movies they're putting out, those two Wickeds, this film, like, this has been development for years and years and years. So they've been around each other for a long period of time. So that closeness that we're seeing is based off of that time period that they were in that theater mindset. So unless you have done it and been in like play productions, you wouldn't kind of get what she's talking about, the person that I'm referring to. But it kind of makes sense. But once again, it's still a little weird just due to how I feel like Cynthia treats Ariana. It's a little bit as if like she's a child. And Ariana's a grown-ass woman. Now, Candace Owens had her opinion on it, which to me was so fucking homophobic, bitch. Like, just, ugh.
Of her and Cynthia maybe hooked up, like if Cynthia is about to steal Ariana from Ethan Slater, which would be some like great justice. But it's a very gay culture. It's like everybody's a homosexual that's interviewing them. They're doing a lot of homosexual interviews.
See, I was gonna say something, but I don't want certain people mad. Cause Cynthia, Candace, I think once knew a homosexual, but he's no longer with us.
Interviews, they're acting homosexual in the interviews, and this is not to paint a picture. I'm just saying that just seems to be the reality. It's Out magazine, and so this category and what's happening is very strange, and the breaking down and the crying is very strange. And you should know that it's not normal. It's not normal at all. I don't know what's happening. I still don't like Ariana Grande, but I wanted to cover this because it's really fake and gay. And I am actually an expert on all matters that are fake and gay. All right. Personally, like
Oh, really, Candace Owens? What makes you a gay icon? What makes you have huge gaydar? Get out of here. I just hate when people that are not in the community try to clock other people. Now, it is awkward, don't get me wrong, and I do feel like something is up. I do feel like they have shared a moment. Okay? They have shared a moment. But what I don't like is just because Cynthia is a lesbian and Ariana isn't, that they're trying to make it seem like she is like preying or being a predator against her. That's the part I don't like. Like, let's not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just out here, trying to turn all the girls out. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about gay for promo, man. Let me know what y'all think about Cynthia and Ariana. And do y'all think something is up? Do y'all think it's a little eating going on? So y'all know the other day, the woman that accused Porsha of Porsha trying to unalive her. They released her footage of the interview that she made with the officer, and this was her side of the story.
What do you want to? Yes, ma'am. Where do you want to stand up?
And as soon as I go like this,
She takes her hand and goes like that and throws my phone. Is my information going to be given to the woman who assaulted me?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm afraid for my life.
Your plane was in the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was taking off.
Just
That's
taking
why
off.
the flight attendants couldn't come help me from her beating.
Beating is crazy.
Okay, you want to go over here?
Is there no office? Is there nothing legitimate here?
No, there's no office.
There's no office.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. What do you want to know? The whole story?
What's your phone number?
They had to bleep out her phone number, y'all.
First of all, where did the incident happen?
I was sitting in my seat
Where?
in Delta Airlines, seat number 3A, or B, I believe.
This happened in Las Vegas?
Yes, sir.
While the plane was still boarding?
No.
The plane was in the air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was taking off.
Just
That's
taking
why
off.
the flight attendants couldn't come help me from her beating, because they had to be buckled in.
Okay, so what happened?
Before I say anything, I want to know, is my information going to be given to the woman who assaulted me?
No, ma'am.
Because I'm afraid for my life.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
It's not.
I was sitting in my seat. She was the last passenger to come on board.
Okay, you want to go over here?
Is there no office? Is there nothing legitimate here? And she came on board.
Atlanta, Georgia is in the eastern
She said, I'm in that seat. I said, no problem. I jumped up, got far away from her so she had plenty of room. She had to put stuff in the upstairs thing. I understand that. Took plenty of time. Sit back down. We never spoke other than that. And after about 25 minutes of her on Instagram, full blast, every time she would flip, because apparently it was from a loud place, I jumped because it was so loud. And so I waited 25 minutes, give her time, let her do whatever she needed to do. And then I said, am I going to have to listen to that the whole time? And she said, do you like it? And I said, no. And she said, well, I don't like the way you asked me. I said, don't put this on me. And the next thing I know, there was a fingernail so close to my eye.
Girl. Now Porsha got the Peter Griffin nails, the Cynthia Erivo nails. It's giving this. Pointy yet sharp.
That I thought I was going to be. And she came on board. I want to do it to you, sir. She had her hands in my face, screaming, calling me crazy. On and on and on. So now the flight attendants can't come help me because they're strapped in for this takeoff.
Oh,
my
Lord.
phone is sitting against my leg on my lap. So I take it to video to try and protect myself. And as soon as I go like this, she takes her hand and goes like that and throws my phone. And everybody sees the phone go down the end of the whole airplane. And the flight attendant told me he saw her knock it out of my hand. And that's assault. And
So
I'm
she
70 years old.
So she actually knocked the phone off your hand.
You're damn right she did.
Okay.
I didn't drop it.
All right. All right.
Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid she's going to have me killed.
So can you do me a favor? Can you write me a statement of what happened?
I certainly can. I have it written down in my phone.
Can you just jot it down on this bit of paper?
I want to do it to you, sir. She had her hands in my
Instagram was on.
Okay, here's how I feel. I do
Face.
feel like Porsha probably did have it loud playing bad. Porsha was watching them BravoCon clips, girl, and said, oh my God, look at me. Look at me doing the song with Andy. Walking, you know, when they pulled her out, she had like a little, it was like a musical thing that Andy did. And they like pulled her out and she had like her body, like part of her body, like fake chopped off. She was probably like, oh my God, look at me and Andy, look at me and this, look at me and that, right? And then once the lady said that, I think that's when everything went down. I do not think Porsha was dumb enough to slap that out that old lady hand. Let's be real. With all them witnesses, you think Porsha would do something stupid like that? She learned the first time she went to the clinker because of Kenya. She not going to do that and risk being put on the no-fly zone. No-fly list. Because, baby, she got places to go. Africans to meet. So I don't think Portia's that dumb enough to risk that and do that. From just the way that she asked the officer, oh, y'all don't have any professional places to sit or meet, you could see the entitlement. Because, girl, we are in an airport. What the heck you talking about where offices to meet? He is an officer. He's supposed to be walking around making sure shit straight. He's not supposed to be sitting in the office with his feet up. What you talking about? Talking about, oh, where's the office? The office is the hallway. Okay, now explain what happened. Like, that's why I don't believe the story. I feel like two things could be true. I think Porsha was being obnoxious playing that video, because we all know Porsha could be very selfish and obnoxious. But I do feel like this white lady was the aggressor and kind of exaggerated the situation to make herself look more innocent. Like, bottom line, just the way that she even acted with the officer, like, it's like the victimization is like crazy. Like, girl, did she slap you upside your head? Because, like, damn. All right. Now, my fellow Haitian sister, Sheila, is being accused of stealing COVID coins. Okay. Here's how I feel about this. I feel like there's a lot of people that work for the government that do a lot of underhanded things. Okay. But few get caught. So when we have somebody that looks like us get caught, I don't be feeling bad, because it's like there's some that are still doing it to this day that have not gotten caught for years. So this is Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus. Okay. She's Haitian Creole. She feels as if she's being accused of stealing the C-19 disaster funds. She feels like it's an intimidation tactic and a distraction from the Epstein files. So she says, this is an intimidation tactic and desperate attempt to distract people from the ongoing headlines regarding the Epstein case. She says she knows something that we don't. And according to news outlets, she was indicted following an investigation dating back in 2023. The Justice Department claims she and her family devised a plan to obtain the $5 million through their family healthcare company in July 2021. Okay, my whole thing is this: why y'all just bringing this up now, though? Why wasn't this done in 2024 when Biden was still in place? Why wait? That's what gets me. If she's so guilty, why not, once you have enough evidence, get her? Why wait like 2 years later? I think a year evidence is enough. That's why I side-eye this, to be honest, and I'm not the biggest believer in this, but you know, it is what it is. Now let's talk Blueface, okay? The Crip monster. Apparently, Blueface is backing up the claims that Chrisean has had sex with Offset, okay? I'm going to be reacting to Chrisean's video, and she went live in another separate video, so stay tuned. I'm literally going to drop it probably after like an hour or two after I drop this video. And basically in that video, she's like pissed off because he's saying that, you know, she gave up them Big Debbie cakes. Do I believe she gave up them Big Debbie cakes? Yes. Okay. Offset is a horn dog, and I do think, damn, why would my sister pick that picture? Shout out to Bree, y'all. Shout out to my sister Bree, y'all. She made this post. That do not look like no damn Offset. That's 2 Chainz. Get the hell. Is that Offset? Damn, he looked different without the glasses. Anyways, my bad. But he says in this interview that she did sleep with Offset, and that she should have been more worried about getting the feature instead of like sleeping around and trying to get back, I guess.
With Chrisean based on her hanging out with rappers, essentially.
Nah, hell no. She had this thing about her where she looked like I was jealous or something, so she kind of started doing shit. My whole thing was like, once you become an artist, certain shit just is like, it's frowned upon, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, networking, dope. Take a picture, cool.
Right.
You know, get in the studio, cool. But a lot of these guys, they're not really trying to work. You know?
Right.
They're just trying to make it look like something it's not, and just basically just stake your buzz. And she just kept going for it. Every nigga, she just keeps going for it. Like,
do you know if it was true?
And I do agree with that. I agree with that part. I think Chrisean lets niggas use her too much. They literally clout chase off of her after being with her. The biggest example is Hood Trophy Bino. Like, he used you for all you were worth and just spit you out like you were like yesterday's garbage.
I'm looking like, bitch, get the feature.
Well, I was going to say, do you know if it was true? Because there was this rumor that Offset hooked up with Chrisean Rock.
Yeah, she got fucked.
While y'all were together?
Nah, I was already engaged with somebody else. So I didn't care. But she left.
And Blueface, what's up with that on your dread? It's giving ooze of art. Ooze of art. Cause what's that on your dread? Shake your dread, shake your dread, give me head, give me head. What's up with that on your dread? I really would like to know. Let me stop talking about it because it may be due to his alliances. Yeah, if y'all catch my drift. Okay. I don't want no issues. I rep Team Greene, which is money.
She has a thing where she likes to make it seem like I care.
Right. So she fucked Offset while he was with Cardi.
Do I think this is true? Yes. Once again, I do feel like Offset at that point in time when they were alleged to be together, Offset and Cardi were going through like a little bit of, trouble here and there. So I think during that time period, he got a little horny. Chrisean was open. And she's the next, she's a freak in the sheets. If y'all don't know, y'all, I don't know if this is a kept secret, but I'm gonna tell y'all, Chrisean is the freak. She's a freak in the sheets. Najee. I'm talking about freak in the sheets. She get down with the meats. Okay, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Well, we already seen a clip of it with her doing the riding. But my problem is with Blueface. You need to put in your contracts for these interviews to not bring up Chrisean. You are not with her. You guys have a child together. There's nothing more to say. You just got out of jail. The focus needs to be 100% on you, not what Chrisean was doing or is doing. No shade. This is why she keeps getting angry, which I understand a little bit her anger, because it's like, imagine you trying to move on and somebody keeps bringing up your past and what you did. That would piss me off. Now, do I think she should threaten to unalive the nigga? No. But y'all need to stop being hypocritical just because it's Chrisean. Had that have been y'all, and y'all ex keep bringing you up, your BD keep bringing up what you did with this person, what you did with that person, it's going to piss you off because it's like, damn, nigga, like, stop talking about me. I'm just saying, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I know Chrisean's not innocent. She never been innocent. Let's keep that clear. But I do understand a part of her frustration because it's like, what the hell? This is your interview, babes. Like, you could have said, I don't know, or something. Like, damn, nigga. Anyways, let me know what y'all think down below about this video. Stay tuned for more videos. I will be live tonight, and we're all babies.